I'm Joyce Woodworth. Welcome to the Spirit of the Heartland. Tonight we're at the Sesquicentennial Gala at Winona State University. 150 years ago, Winona Normal School began and grew over the years into one of the Midwest's finest public universities. This year, 2008, the school and the community have every right to celebrate. Through the years, the two have worked side by side to serve one another, the university giving to the community and the community giving back to the university. In today's show, we're going to observe some of this year's celebration and talk with several community members and alumni to learn how they feel about Winona State University.
There is no doubt that Winona State University plays a big part in the community of Winona, Minnesota. The campus itself sits in the center of town in a lovely park-like setting, welcoming the community at all times to enjoy its beauty and its amenities, such as theater performances at the Performing Arts Center, researching at its state-of-the-art Darrell Krueger Library, and health-related activities at its soon-to-be-built Wellness Center. Winona State University students likewise can be seen all over town, sharing in the amenities of Winona's beautiful surroundings. The university and the community have worked hand in hand throughout their 150-year history to help make each other successful. And to celebrate, the kickoff began during fall homecoming in 2007. Crowds of people lined the streets to support their university. The kickoff event finished under tents in the courtyard of the campus to a free lunch for everyone. In February, the Sesquicentennial Steering Committee, which consists of 40 or so community members, brought a Prairie Home companion with Garrison Keeler to perform in Winona his live radio performance in honor of WSU's celebration. Everyone loved it, including those who arrived late for the show.
Welcome to a Prairie Home Companion here at Winona State University. We're so honored to be here for the Sesquicentennial of this great state university. Sing a song here and let's bring these people into their seats here. Sing a little love song here. I'm sure you all know the words to this. Wise men say only fools rush in, to be. Why were you so late? Didn't you read your ticket today? Like the river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you. You're in row 6. For I can't help falling in love. We have a good show for you today. We go on the air here in about 10 minutes. Lots of time, don't worry. Our show, just to explain it to you, is a live broadcast. It goes out as we do it, and we go out here in just a few minutes doing a Mississippi River show today here on the river. Why didn't we do Chuck Berry? We left him out. We could have. That's right, that one.
Distance information, give me Memphis, Tennessee. Help me find a party, try to get in touch with me. I do not know the number, but I know who placed the call, 'cause my uncle took the message and he wrote it on the wall. A long distance.
The music was a delight and the humor was outrageous. The community of Winona was able to enjoy events such as a Prairie Home Companion Show, choral concerts, the Winona Symphony Orchestra presenting an original composition by world-renowned composer Libby Larson, commissioned just for the Sesquicentennial, books written, speakers, contests, and more, all presented by Winona State University in honor of their 150 years in Winona, Minnesota. On April 19th, a gala black tie event was held for alumni and community. McGowan Gym was turned into an elegant party room for the birthday, and a 6-course gourmet dinner was served with dancing to the WSU Jazz Ensemble. Tim Penny, Minnesota State Representative, Winona State University graduate, and chairman of the Sesquicentennial Committee, was the master of ceremonies.
Next up, we're going to hear the voices of past presidents of Winona State to continue this walk through history.
Words from all 14 past presidents were heard from the retirees. Bob Dufresne, who served from 1967 to 1977, read words from his inaugural speech and showed his sense of humor afterwards.
I don't remember where I stole that from.
Darrell Krueger, the immediate past president, received a standing ovation for his emotional words.
What a welcoming feeling I've had by coming back here and having your arms put around me and having all those memories flow back into my heart about what we did together. I do have one little bit I'm going to read from it. The physical plan of the university should work in harmony with the goals and purposes of the university. Thank you very much.
Words of the very eloquently spoken current president of WSU, Judith Rameli, ended the program on a very positive note with a look to the future for our university that remains in good hands.
We grace this place, but this place graces us. And you can catch that spirit in every single word that you have heard. You can catch it in the feel of this evening as we take a moment to appreciate what people can do when they deeply believe in the value of education. And so to be the president of this institution today is a blessing. It is an honor. It is a privilege. I follow men of extraordinary distinction. I follow people who gave all of their best to this institution, so that today, as we celebrate our 150th birthday, we have much to be grateful for. We have in our hands the future, an incredible future that will open up with all of the same deep commitment to learning, all the same appreciation for a sense of place, with the same incredibly important mission, sense of purpose, belief in the human spirit, and appreciation and love of each other.
This is Fran Edstrom, who was one of the co-chairs of the committee of this gala event, and probably other Sesquicentennial events as well, right?
Mostly what I concentrated on was this evening. But I've been involved since Dr. Krueger started, I don't know, 8 years ago, 7 years ago, and just got carried away with it. And I'm not an alum, but living in Winona since I married John, I'm just enthralled with the place, and I think it's a great institution that makes living in Winona so much more exciting and intellectually stimulating than living anyplace else, that I just had to do it.
Well, thank you for doing it. It's a wonderful event. What was it like working on the committee for 8 years?
It was really great until this past year. When things, all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, it's here. And, then it got kind of intense. But it's great. I mean, I am amazed at the wonderful people who are here that I worked with. Vicki Decker was my co-chair. And the other people who worked on the gala committee for this weekend's events, they were just so, oh yes, I can take care of that, and here they're writing it down, and I'll talk to Shirley Mounts, and I'll talk to Don Waltz, Don Walsky, and I'll talk to so-and-so, and I'm thinking, wow, they get things done here.
Efficient place to work.
Very, very. I was quite taken with the experience.
Well, Fran, what do you think Winona State gives back to the community?
Well, the cultural and educational things, I think, speak for themselves. There's always something to do in Winona, and a lot of it has to do with Winona State being here. It also gives us a diversity of not only ethnic diversity and religious diversity, but gives us a generational diversity that doesn't always happen in towns the size of Winona, because your younger generation leaves. But we have a whole younger generation coming to us. And not only that, they stay. So many of my friends are Winona State graduates. And, why are they here? From Chicago, from Milwaukee, from Iowa, from North Dakota, South Dakota, because of Winona State. And they stay, and they become really valuable members of the community.
Okay, well, Fran, thank you for all that, and thank you for all your work on this wonderful event.
You're welcome.
People who went here years ago are discovering people that went here years ago. I haven't seen these people for probably 20 years. They went here when I went to school here. Hi, these are the Nesbitts, Donna and
Hi,
Leon.
Joyce. How are you? It's good to see you again. It really is.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, as we think back about our time at in Winona, of course, Donna's from Winona, but I think about coming here and not only having the experience of going to, at that time, Winona State College, which, if I'm not mistaken, we dubbed Johnson Street Normal School. But in any case, we not only had that great experience, but then I had the good fortune of finding this woman in Winona, who's a native, and eventually we married and developed a business here. And we met so many nice people like yourself and Pete and many, many others because of the nature of the business. And so it isn't just the college that gives me warm feelings, or the university now, but more so the community and what it had to offer to us and our family. It was just terrific. So it's great to be back for this celebration.
And the two of you met at Winona State, didn't you?
Correct.
Well, tell me what that was like. What was he like way back then?
Wonderful.
Okay.
Mr. Athletic.
So you can meet your husband at Winona State University.
I didn't start out thinking that way, but yes, that's the way it worked out. Yeah.
What do you think Winona State did for you other than giving you a husband?
It gave me the opportunity to meet people from all over the country. I stayed in town because I had a wonderful opportunity to go to college in my hometown, but had the opportunity to meet people from all over the country, which I wouldn't have been able to do otherwise, and that was a good experience.
Well, welcome back. Do you want to say something else?
Well, I was just going to say that, as the years go by, as you know, you have contact with people everywhere, and they bring so many good things to your life, and we've just found that to be really true. And so it's great seeing you, and it's great being back.
Thanks for sharing.
Glad to do
Good
it.
to see you again, Joyce.
Bye-bye.
This is Karen and Ed Littlejohn, and both of these people are from Winona, and both went to Winona State University, I believe. Is that correct?
Yes, I did my graduate work here in the 80s, I believe, for learning disabilities. So I really appreciated having the facility available.
Well, how about you?
And I did my undergrad here in 66 to 70, which literally based at a foundation in my entrance to and completion of dental school, and subsequently provided a foundation for completing law school later on.
Awesome. So you got a really good education here, didn't you?
Well, let me say I noticed the W on the Winona State symbol. It's got that fire on it. I think that's part of the fire that they're talking about.
Oh, it instills in the students, right?
Yes,
All
yes.
right. Well, tell me, what do you think Winona State University does for the community of Winona?
I think it offers a tremendous range of opportunities for anybody as an alternative student, or opportunities to enjoy any kinds of the not only sports, the wonderful sports that we have here, and the yay Winona basketball, I love them. The fine arts, the concerts, the plays. You know, we just have a wide variety. I tell everybody that's coming to this community, they have wonderful opportunities.
And I know, Karen, if other people don't know, you are in real estate, so you're bringing a lot of new people and showing them Winona. Do you take them by the school, or what do you say about this university?
Well, actually, tomorrow I'm giving a tour. I call it my Chamber of Commerce tour when I do this for people that are coming into the community. I say this is one of the most wonderful opportunities we have, either as for yourself or for your children as future things. It offers such a wide variety of things for our community, and it's such an exciting addition.
Oh, thank you. How about you, Ed? What do you think the university gives to the community here?
Well, I think it gives them responsible citizens. And I think not only the university provides it to the community, it provides it to the state, it provides it to the region, and I think it provides it to America. It's simple as that.
Great. Thank you so much for sharing with us.
Thank you.
This is Jerry and Patty Neal, and they're both Winona community members. And I would like to know how you feel about the university as to what they give back to the community.
Well, when we moved here, one of the reasons we came was because it was a university town. I grew up in a university town down in Ames, Iowa, and it's always it's a big part of the culture of the community. I think I mentioned to you before, I was able to listen to Kurt Vonnegut. He came and spoke. Obviously, the athletics the last couple of years have been really exciting. But Patty finished her education here. That's provided a career for her now in Winona. And our son graduated from here.
Patty, what do you think about it?
Well, I love Winona State. I like I think the campus is beautiful. I like the Shakespeare here. You come on the campus, it's such a selling point for Winona. I think that anybody who comes to see Shakespeare thinks better of Winona when they come onto the campus because it's so beautiful.
It's pretty impressive, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And I felt like I got an excellent education. I got my teaching certificate here, and so now I teach in the Winona Public Schools for community education, and I feel like I had a very good foundation at the university. And one of our children graduated from Winona State in computer science, and he's gone on to a really wonderful career in computer technology.
This is Marty Lewick, who graduated from Winona State University in 1978, and he's going to tell us what Winona State did for him.
Well, Winona State, when I came here, I had very little idea what I was going to do as a graduate. And as I found my way into the practice of law as a trial lawyer, I've learned that I had a tremendous grounding in the fundamentals of education, the art of teaching itself, sociology, psychology, the physical arts, physics and chemistry. And also my musical training has turned me into something of a performer in the courtroom.
Oh, that's wonderful. So there must have been some significant professors that really stuck out in your mind that made a difference in the way you are.
Yes, actually, first I would recognize Margaret Boddy. Dr. Boddy was my English teacher in my first year, and I believe really turned me into a fairly good writer even by my standards. So it's I owe her a great debt.
Excellent. Are there any other significant things from the university experience that stick in your mind that really helped you?
Well, I was deeply involved in the music curriculum, and really every professor I had within the music department I thought was very influential for me. I tried as hard as I could to get an A in music theory, 7 quarters of it, never achieved more than a B+. But and part of that was because I had a very strong-willed teacher, but part of it was because there was a lot of discipline in the program and their standards were very high.
Well, thank you so much for talking with us, Marty.
Yeah, thank you for asking me.
All right, and have a fun time tonight.
Thank you very much. Okay. I already have.
This is Vicki Decker, who's one of the co-chairs of the Sesquicentennial events, and also Beth Halleck, who's the coordinator of all the events. Well, Beth, tell me what it's been like for you to coordinate this whole huge Sesquicentennial.
Well, fortunately, we had a committee that began about 5 years ago planning the celebration and had most of the ideas in place when I began. So I got to pick up the ideas and flesh them out and figure out the details and bring it back to say, okay, here's where we are. Are we headed in the right direction? And we end up with wonderful events like this and the kickoff picnic and the closing ceremony in December.
We really wanted this to be a 1.5-year long celebration for not only Winona State, but our alums, the community, people from the surrounding area, businesses, all of our partners and friends.
Tell me now, you were a student at Winona State University. You graduated from here, and then you've been working here. Did you go to work right after your graduation at Winona State?
Well, actually, I was a non-traditional I started as a traditional student and finished as a non-traditional student. So I was hired very soon after my bachelor's degree, but I had worked in the community about 20 years prior to that. And then I have also achieved my master's degree after being on staff here.
So Winona State has provided a career for you, but tell me, what do you think Winona State provides for the community?
Oh boy, that would take a long time, Joyce. I don't think we have time to cover all of that tonight, but we have marvelous business partnerships. It's also a wonderful learning and living environment for our students because we want them to be able to experience, we talk about experiential learning, and it's so important whether they're volunteering. I mean, we have so many students who volunteer regularly, and of course our staff and faculty do as well. Internships, jobs, part-time summer jobs, part-time jobs during the school year, full-time permanent employment and careers. And we partner not only, of course, in Winona, but in Rochester as well, because, of course, we have a campus there. So I think it's just been a wonderful opportunity for us to grow and to benefit the community, and likewise the community to benefit us.
Well, let's talk a little bit about what the community does for Winona State University.
The community has been a very generous supporter of all the Sesquicentennial events, which are ultimately going to support a new scholarship, a Sesquicentennial scholarship for students. So we're very proud of that. Prairie Home Companion was instrumental in that as well and was very helpful for that scholarship fund, and we hope this evening is too.
All right. And also, now the new wellness center is coming up, and certainly the community is involved in that. Tell me a little bit about that.
Absolutely. The community has been just wonderful over the years in supporting Winona State in a myriad ways. But with the Wellness Center in particular, half of the monies were raised privately with donors in the area and alums and through businesses, and then the rest from the legislature. But we have been fortunate over, well, as many years as I can recall, of having wonderful support from the community, and the same in Rochester for our Winona State Rochester Center. So we couldn't survive without our community partners.
This has been Joyce Woodworth at the Winona State University Sesquicentennial Gala event. Thanks for joining me here tonight. Please join me again next week. Till then, enjoy the spirit of the Heartland.